Hello and welcome back to Punxsutawney. This latest episode, I can't remember what number it is now, but hello and welcome. So in my last episode I actually asked whether you'd like to see me do a base building or whether you'd like to see me do some iron farming. Now I put out a poll on Twitter and I had a couple of comments down below, or maybe just one comment down below, I don't know, I can't remember now. But basically the whole thing was tied. So yeah, I guess I get to do what I want. So I think what I'm going to do is a little bit of base building, and that's just because I've been out here a little while. I've got a few things automated. I'm not worried about my food situation. I've basically got all of the diamond tools I want. I've got some okay armor. You know, I'm kind of ready to start settling down properly. So I think it's time to get on and do some of this base building stuff. And yeah, I think, you know, the major considerations I've got to take into account here are where my iron farm is actually going to go. Now, what I actually want is to base my iron farm pretty much centered on right here, right on this point. Let me just check that number. See, I know that the corner of my slime chunk's there, so I want to go 8 blocks in this direction. And yeah, that looks about right. So I think that's about the center of where I want my iron farm to be. And I want that to go all the way up to the sky limit. So I want to actually start my very first farm at 255. And the reason I want to do that is so that I can start building more downwards, because I want 4 in a row. And you know, that's just a starting point really. I just want 4 iron farms going right up to the sky limit, but that's going to take up a lot of space, because the design that I've got in mind, I think we'll start off with a 16 by 16 platform area, so about an 18 by 18. So it's going to be quite large. It's going to come out to, let's see, about here. So whatever I do, I need it to be sort of on this side, because that's going to be a huge chunk. So I think, yeah, I think that works. You know, from this angle there's going to be a huge pillar going straight up. And I'm going to turn that into something like an obelisk, I think. Because we're in a desert, I thought an obelisk would be quite nice. Sort of just slowly tapering up as it goes up, and then a little pyramid on the top. And that'll just be for decoration. Not really any purpose, just decoration. And over here, I think this is where my main base is going to go. So yeah, I think I can sort of see an idea coming up in mind. I'm just going to make up what I sort of feel able to do today, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what it ends up looking like, because I don't want to be spending too much time today cutting into this mountain and sort of taking all of this back. It's gonna happen, I just don't want to do it right now. So I'll probably start off sort of building into there and going down underneath and having something just above the ground here, so it'd be more of a front face for the base and just a little area to get it started off with. So I'm going to go and map some things out, have some thoughts, and see what we come up with. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I've sort of mapped out a little bit of something that I'd like to build right here, and I had a little think about this huge obelisk idea, and I do like that. I am going to do that, and that's going to be 18 by 18, so it's going to be absolutely huge. But then I thought, well, if I'm going to have 4 iron farms there, surely I need another 4 over there for balance, you know. So I went over and I've marked out another 18 by 18 area where I'm going to have another huge obelisk, which is going to be 4 iron farms. The chances are I'll make the obelisk first and then add the iron farms afterwards. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm going to have something huge here, something huge over there, both going right up to the sky limit, which is possibly going to be a little bit overpowering, but we'll just have to see how it goes. We'll just have to see. And then in the middle here, I'm going to have this little design sort of thing here. So I've got a little 4x4 door. I'm pretty sure it's 4x4. And then I'm doing a bit of a step up thing. So it's going to look a bit like a ziggurat type of thing, but for a desert area. So yeah, I've got the stairs in here at the moment just to help me make my way up. And the sort of question here is how much space to take up and how far across to go. Because I'm building it here, right in the middle of the 2 huge pillars that I'm going to make, I'm going to have to move basically everything. I've got all of my storage over there, and the reason I put my storage there was because that's where my slime comes up. So I'm going to have to run some water streams over here so that they come into the chests over in this direction, and move my farms somewhere else. Let me just run down, have a sleep, get rid of the night, carry on chatting. So yeah, I've got to move the farms, going to need to move the nether portal. Got lots and lots of things that are going to need to be moved because of this, but you know, I don't mind that, I don't mind. So I was thinking on the side here, if I carry this out a little bit further, if I have something like a large box which is a little bit further forward from this, so maybe 2 blocks further forward, so about maybe starting here. So if I sort of do that there, and that would go up in the same way as the doorway but a little bit higher, and I could make that into the entrance to the mine here. So they go back a little bit and then it goes down into the mine. I haven't been down there for absolutely ages. I've been up here automating things and building stuff and all that kind of thing. So all of this is going to be reflected on the other side, and well, actually maybe not, I don't know. I kind of like this coming out of the side of the hill. It's just a little bit too clean. I'll have a think about that later, but whichever way, the internal is definitely going to be reflected over to this side over here. And I think I can take it basically all the way back to this point here. So I can take it all the way back here, and that's going to give me a huge base. I'm not going to need much more. And then I can start thinking about getting my various farms down below underneath here, and having my nice entrance area and storage and all that kind of thing over there, and I'll have another nice silo on the other side as well, another nice size room where I can put things in. I just don't know what I want to put in there yet. So yeah, I'm just going to get on and do a little bit more building of this. Now that I've sort of made this decision where this box is going to start, I can more or less just put this straight out here. So what we've got, let's yeah, to there. I think that works. And then that's just normal sandstone going across. Let's get myself another stack of this. It's kind of nice building in a desert like this because I've collected so much sandstone and so much sand. The materials are just there ready and waiting, so it's nice. You don't have to go out searching for things. It's all just there. Now I'm filling these bits in, these corners, because I think, you know, you're going to see those from the inside, so it should be done properly. Should be done properly. Now what's that one? That one's a normal sandstone as well. Use my stairs. Whoops, there we go. And then I've got this going back 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then stepping it up with that, and then doing the one with a nice face of the creeper on. So that's that one. So yeah, I think that's gonna work out nicely. Let's have a little look. It's gonna be kind of small. Maybe I need to bring it out a little bit further and then step it. I mean, it's going to go a lot higher than this, of course. It's going to step up for quite a distance, and then I think this one's possibly too far forward now. It's kind of interesting. You only really get to see these things when you place the bits down and you see what it looks like. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, maybe if I just sort of knock it back to there, that's the place for it to go, and then the big square pillar thing starts here, and I could centre that over the mine. But then again, that's going to make it quite a small thing. It'll be quite a skinny pillar. I want it to be a bit thicker than that. Okay, I'll sort of break away there, have a little look and a think, and do a bit more on this so you can see a bit more of how it looks, and we'll come back in a moment. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I'm kind of happy with it. It needs some detailing. It definitely needs some detailing just so that things sort of pop out a bit more. At the moment it all feels a little bit flat and a little bit boring. If you've got any comments or suggestions, please just pop them down in the comment section below. maybe it'll look a lot better once all of the background's actually taken away. I'm happy with the shape and the style of the build. I think it's really kind of fun and nice. It just needs a little bit of detailing, maybe a little bit of red sand here and there and bits and bobs. So let me show you inside. This is the entrance to the mine. This is just going to literally go straight down into the mine. I'm going to tidy this up so it sort of gradiates down into the stone area, and I'm going to change these out for something a little bit more suitable, like the sandstone stairs that I've got here. I mean, let's have a little look at that. I mean, that's going to get kind of boring kind of quickly as well, but it'll be a bit more suitable. Maybe a few pillars set up around the place made out of sandstone, so that it looks like it's holding this area up. Maybe take this out an extra layer as well underneath. I don't know, but it's all ideas at the moment, and I think that'll look pretty cool when it's done. Let's just put some of these down. I'm sick of jumping up and down these bits, so it's finally being done. Yeah, I think that'll look nice. A little bit of gradation going in, so it changes from the sandstone down to the stone and all that kind of thing. That'll be really nice. So yeah, that's that. That goes straight down to the mine. Kind of like these little holes. I definitely feel like this needs just a little bit of something. A little bit of something here. Maybe maybe something like this, maybe there. If I just run, whoops, that's not very clever, is it? Upside down stairs. So let's just try those, see what that looks like. It's a bit much. It's a little bit much. I'll leave them there for now and see if it grows on me. Right now, all that I can see is a duck. You know, like that's its mouth, there's its eyes, and there's its funky afro. So yeah, so that's the outer area here. I've got a lot to do in terms of moving things around, but I'll do all that off camera, or at least the majority of it off camera. I'm not going to be able to do much with these guys, so let's just go inside and have a little look. So I'm going to actually make this into a longer walkway in and have a little bit of interest down the sides. And yeah, just sort of build out in that direction as well. I need to incorporate in here somewhere the Hall of Fame. And I kind of thought it would be really nice if I had that down the corridor as I walked in. And I was sort of considering doing the armour stand thing with a sign above the head and then the actual person's head on the armour stand, just so it looked sort of right. And I'm going to have a play with that idea. Have a little play with it, because you obviously can't get the heads in vanilla. Or at least I don't think you can. I'll have a look into it. So I kind of felt like this should be the storage area. So I'm going to build this out a little bit further. If I've got some blocks on me that I don't mind using. Yeah, okay. Might as well just use these for now and sort of knock it out a little bit to there maybe. So I've got a nice long walkway coming in. I'll change this out so it's got a nice border as well. So I think, you know, some of these details are needed. Let's just put that in there. And 1, 2, whoops. Can't use my mouse today. So that's there. Take that out, put something else back in there. Yeah, so it sort of comes out to this point here. And then a nice doorway here leading into the storage room. Lots and lots of storage down the side there. I can stack these up sort of the lengthways way, so they sit in here. So normal chest, trap chest, normal chest, trap chest, and get the maximum amount of storage there, and wrap it around 3 of the sides. And I think that should be enough storage. I can do this side a little bit lower and then that side a bit higher and then that side a bit higher again if I want to, because I've got a lot more vertical space in the middle. And what I've done up here so far is I've just sort of mapped out where the centre of this should be. And I'm going to work that out, and then I decided that I'm going to make this square. It's got to be a square, and that means I'm going to have to cut into this quite a lot to get the space that I want. But like I say, all of this has got to go anyway. So maybe it's just sort of doing this a bit before anything else. So I'm going to sort of square this up and get it finished off up to this edge, and then sort of put down a couple of interior walls and start moving a few things from the outside in. Like, yeah, okay, I'm going to start doing that and see where it leads me, and we'll see you in a moment. Right, and I think that is everything for today. I had a little go at moving this above, and to me it just still looks like a duck. I don't know what it is. But yeah, suggestions and comments very welcome. So I've been in here, I've gone and sort of built all this way up and got to the back here. I need to sort of push all of this back on the inside so that's all clear, and I've got the full shape and size of the internal area before I can really lay out some proper internals. But I've started out on my chest room. It's a complete mess right now. There's nothing in half of the chest. The other half of the chest are in complete disarray. I just thought I'd get everything shifted in so that I can actually move into this area. The Smeltertron 500 is going to be upgraded to the Smeltertron 2000, and that's going to be a little project, maybe next week, I don't know. If you've got any thoughts for what I should be doing next week, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise I'm going to maybe continue on this a little bit between episodes, show you around this, and then have a go at the iron farm idea. And like I say, the iron farms, I'm going to build 8 of them now. I was going to build 4, but I think 8 sounds like fun. The iron farms are going to go there, up into the sky and beyond, up to the limit. And I just had a little thought, I might actually try and incorporate this. It's my complete failure of a mob grinder. It was my extremely early game version with absolutely no redstone, and it basically does nothing. So I might just tear that down and build it into being part of my iron farm, because the iron farm is going to be built up above each other with 65 blocks in between each layer. So I'm going to have quite a lot of space in between each layer for something like this. Enough space to drop things and kill them. So yeah, that might be a fun idea. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's for another time. But I think next week I'm going to have a go at the iron farm. Yeah, the iron farm's next. So let me know what you think. I've got a bit of work here to shift things inside. And let's just say, get rid of that. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again next time.